up? It's Gabby here from Helps To. Before I get started, please subscribe. That's right, hit that button and let's become really close, Why waste this relationship? Today I want to talk about 3 tips to get your art noticed, all right? So stay tuned. So one common thing that I've noticed among artists of every nature, musicians, actual artists that are drawing and painting, making beautiful canvases, different people that are writing, I noticed that artists really have a problem when it comes to marketing their stuff. The number one problem is that they don't actually repurpose their content and show it to people. They don't take pictures of what they're doing. They don't keep people updated with behind the scenes. They don't do any of that because I believe there's this inherent fear that they have that people don't want to be bothered by them. They think that people are annoyed when they talk to them or show them their art or post about their art. And I mean, there is that classic annoying person, right, that posts the same thing that is so boring and so ugly looking over and over again. And it's not even a picture of their art. It might be like a really bad flyer. You know what I mean? That's true. But I want to give you 3 tips today on how to get your art noticed. And I want to start by saying this. There's this thing called the marketer's rule of 7. Yeah, that's right, 7. So what the rule is, and it's a concept, it says that somebody has to see something at least 7 times before they actually make an action or act upon what they're seeing. So, and that could honestly just be an action to where they're thinking about it or an action to where they talk about it, not even a buyer's action. So it's just one action, which is usually one of the smaller ones, So I wanna remind us of that before we get started into the 3 tips. The marketer's rule of 7 is a real thing, y'all, for real. I know I've marketed for nonprofits, for myself as an artist, for other artists. It's real, it's really real, okay? So the first tip I wanna give you today is you have to know and act as if you have a message, okay? Now, if you're just doing art and you're totally confused, you don't have a message, I ask you to ponder, why do you do art? What's the point of it? People want to know what is behind something. Most likely you will get a better response out of yourself first when it comes to knowing that there's a message behind your art, because it's gonna make you push it. All of a sudden, it's not about you just doing your art, it's about a deeper message, okay? So make sure that you know the message behind or within your art and you act as if it has a message, okay? It's one thing to know it, it's another thing to act like you know it. So make sure you do that and it'll make you push further when it comes to marketing. Tip number 2, you cannot make it about you. I know, it's very hard. I am an artist myself and it's been so difficult for me to separate myself from my art. I feel like I give birth to my songs, those are my kids out there.
As crazy as that sounds.
You have to separate yourself from your art and know that people aren't judging you every time you put out a piece of art. People aren't looking for your flaws. People aren't constantly snickering when you're putting something on the table. They're not. They see your art as one thing and you as another, okay? Now they do know that you produce your art, so you don't want to be completely crazy. Your art does reflect you to a certain degree, but you are not equivalent to your art and your art is not equivalent to you. So when you put something out, it's okay if someone judges it. It doesn't make you a horrible person, all right? My sad song that I wrote,
which actually most of my songs are sad.
it doesn't mean I'm a sad person. I'm not a sad person. That's right. That's why I actually write sad songs, so I can get it off my chest. So if somebody says, hey, Marte is a sad person because I write all these songs, they're wrong. Sorry, So put out your art. Who cares what people think? It's not a reflection of the entire you. It was just you in a moment, you in a season, okay? Do it, do it. And lastly, you have to believe that you're making an exchange. Now, that sounds a bit complicated, but it's not. A lot of artists, when they put their art on the internet and they start asking people to invest or to buy or to become a part of their community or something like that, they feel as if they're begging. They say,
I don't want to beg. I feel so annoyed.
You're not begging. You need to believe and understand that you are making an exchange with people. I've come to the point in my music where I really believe every time I put out a song, when I ask them to buy this song, they are giving me their money as a token of appreciation for my art, and I'm giving them my art which is something that's going to change their lives, which is something that's going to spur them on or give them inspiration or make them feel good about themselves or make them reflect or think about an issue differently. I'm giving them something. We are making an exchange. It doesn't have to be my product for their money. I think way deeper than that. It is deeper than that. When you exchange money for art or time for something else or whatever, you need to think about what is the value that I'm adding to somebody else and what value are they adding to me? And when I think dollars, I think of people's hearts. I think when someone gives me their dollar, that they are investing their love and appreciation and honor into whatever they're putting that dollar into. So that's super important to realize, and I hope you guys get that and make that. So those are my 3 tips for all of you artists out there that want to get your art noticed. Those 3 things are going to change every single step and action you take to get your art noticed. It's going to give you a boldness and a fire underneath your art that's going to push you forward that you absolutely will not forget. So please memorize those 3, and I have more coming to you soon. Subscribe, and below or above, depending on where the description is on your phone, tablet, PC, hey, sign up for our newsletter. There's a link there. You want to get all of our free stuff that we have out that we don't put on YouTube, that we don't put on Facebook, okay? All right, guys, that's it for me. I'm Gabriella Marte here at Helps Too. Peace out.